Hi, I'm Butch Harmon, and I'm here with LPGA Tour star Natalie Gulbis, and we're here to talk to you about Winn grips, the best grips in golf. You know, Natalie, I've been using Winn grips ever since they came out in 1996. I went out and bought my first set of Winn grips, and I've loved them ever since. You've been playing with them for 3 years. Why did you switch to Winn grips?
Well, the most important thing for me in a grip and for any tour player is the feel. And as soon as you put the grip on your club and you go out and you hit some shots with it, you can feel just how great the grip feels, and I was sold.
You know, Winn grips has a variety of grips, and what we're going to do today is we're going to tell you about all the grips that Winn makes. Different sizes, different textures, different feels. That's why they're the best grip in golf. You know, Natalie, I think the last thing any golfer ever thinks about is their grips. And it's one of the most important parts of your piece of equipment, don't you think?
Absolutely the most important part. It's the only contact that a player has with the club.
You know, and that's why it's so important to get the right grip. You know, you play a lot more golf than I do. I change my grips about once a year. How often do you change your grips?
About 2 or 3 times a year.
See, and I think that's important. If your grips get slick or worn out, put new ones on. Because as Natalie says, that's the only contact we have with a golf club. Natalie, let's talk about the advantages to using a Winn grip over all other grips. I know you used to use a rubber cord grip. Was that hard on your hands?
Very hard on my hands. You know, as a tour player, I hit hundreds of golf balls a day, and it really started to wear on my hands. Now with the Winn grip, it's easier on my hands and I get better feel.
You know, I'm convinced that the reason Winn grips are better than all the other grips is the polymer material that's in the Winn grip. Don't you think it has a great feel when you're practicing? Because I know you practice a lot.
And the shock absorption. I mean, it's easier on my body, it's easier on my joints and on my hands, prevents fatigue. You know, I can hit more golf balls.
You know, Natalie, Winn makes a grip for every golfer. Soft, medium, and firm. Let's talk about the different types of grips. Let's start with the soft one. Natalie, you know, I first started using Winn grips, and I used this one, the soft wrap grip. Why do you think the soft grip is good for players?
Well, I think the soft grip is great for anybody that has really tense grip pressure. It's got a really nice soft feel, and it's a perfect grip for seniors and women. I think women will love this grip because of the feel, and just, you know, they can hit a lot of golf balls and it's not going to hurt their hands.
You know, if you have hand fatigue, if you have arthritis in your fingers like I did, the DSI grip is the grip for you. Well, Natalie, let's talk about the medium firm grip. And I know this is the grip that you play, the XI7, and you love this grip, don't you?
I love this grip. I love the comfort, I love the way that it feels in my hands, and it also has that great firm feel. I get really good feedback with the grip, and this is a grip I won my first tournament with, the Avion Masters.
The medium Winn XI7, it's the grip for you. Natalie, I challenged Winn grip to make a grip that would be even good for the tour player in the low handicap, and they came up with what I think is the best grip we've ever made. The PCI TL grip. Unbelievable. I know you've tried this grip. It's got a great feel, doesn't it?
Great feel, really firm, and great feedback if you're a good player and you hit a lot of shots.
The thing that I love about this, it combines everything that polymer adds, and it gives you that little more firmness that the good players like. PCI TL grips. It'll work for you. You know, the great thing about Winn grips, Natalie, is they make sizes for everybody. We have junior sizes, we have ladies, we have the standard size, we have the mid-size like you use, and we have an oversized grip. Why do you use the mid-size? Why does it feel good to you?
Growing up, I used a grip that had a lot of wraps underneath it, and I was used to using a large grip, and I've just continued using it.
You know, the most important thing about getting the right grip for your hand size and the way you play golf is how you put your hands on here. You don't want a grip that's so big that it makes you grip it up in the palm, because then you don't have a hold of it. You want to let this grip run through your fingers so your hands can wrap around the grip. The best thing about Winn grips, not only do they feel good, they got the size you need. Natalie, as a tour player that plays all over the world, I know you play in all kinds of weather conditions. What do you like about the Winn grips in different weather conditions?
I love them in different weather conditions. When the weather starts to rain, these grips get better. They get tacky. You maintain the same amount of feel whether you were playing in perfect conditions like we have today. You play in the humidity, again, they get tackier, you feel the club better. Or if you're a little tense, you're a little nervous, and you start sweating in the palms, again, they're a fantastic grip, despite what sort of weather you're playing in.
You never get nervous. Winn grips, the best grips in golf.
Butch, a lot of people don't know how to clean these grips. What's the best way to keep the Winn grips clean?
That's a good question, Natalie, because a lot of people are just so used to taking their rubber grips, dipping them in a bucket with water and soap, scrubbing them real hard with a brush, even a wire brush. You don't need to do that with a Winn grip. With a polymer material, all you have to do is take a damp cloth and wipe it off, and it'll come back tackier than it was before you did that. Now let's talk about how you grip the club and what the average person can learn from just the way you hold the golf club. The important thing, I think, is, and you've got a good grip, is this is what the average person can learn. As you can see right here, there's a little bit of the grip sticking out from right here behind the palm of your hand. Now, you've always held the club like that, haven't you?
But just imagine what happens. What the average golfer does is they try to get back here, and then what happens?
Well, what happens is they get this back finger right at the end of the club, and the pad of this top hand is sticking off the club. That means you're not going to have a hold of it. Not only do you need a good grip, you need to put your hands in the right place. And when you're going to hit a 3/4 shot, you even choke down even more, don't you?
Yes, I do. I usually go down about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch, and that's what I use when I get to those in-between numbers. Right in between clubs, I take the longer club and just grip down and take a good swing.
When you look at that, you can see she's gripped down well over 1 inch on the club. This is when, like she said, she's in between a number, meaning she's not going to hit a full shot. If you shorten the club that much, that means the arc of your swing gets a little shorter, and you can take 2 or 3 yards off the shot. So it's very important not only how you put your hands on the club, but where you put your hands on the club. Natalie, we've talked a lot about Winn grips today. What can the average golfer do to learn more about Winn grips?
Well, they can go onto the website, winngrips.com, and go onto the grip selector section and find out what the best grip for them is.
Winn grips, the best grips in golf.